In a few days, State Parliament will return for the year, and one of the government's first pieces of legislation will be aimed at tackling anti-Semitism. This, of course, has been driven by the horrific events in December when 15 people were gunned down at a Jewish celebration in Bondi. But exactly what is in these new laws, we've been given very little detail beyond statements like these back in January.
Our response is going to focus on the heart of the issue. Anti-Semitism, hatred, and guns in the hands of terrorists and criminals.
And what does the Jewish community want to see? For tonight's Stateline interview, Jessica van Vonderen spoke with Jason Steinberg, the president of the Queensland Jewish Board of Deputies at the Holocaust Museum in Brisbane's CBD.
Jason Steinberg, thanks for your time. You went to Bondi Beach this week where those awful events unfolded. Can you describe for me what that was like?
It was a very strange feeling, Jessica. You're standing on a bridge overlooking where this massacre took place. It was horrific to have that sensation, to know what hatred can do and where evil rose its head on that day in December. And it was a very moving moment.
It is nearly 2 months since the terror attack. How is the Jewish community in Queensland feeling now?
Yeah, so it's a wave of emotions for our community. But I would sum it up as people are feeling that it's just a relentless momentum of hate that they've been facing, both from school kids, universities, workplaces, the arts sector, the literary sector. Everywhere in society, Jewish people are feeling this discomfort. It's almost like we hold our breath to know where's the next thing that's going to happen.
We have heard a lot about things like arson attacks, for example, in Sydney and Melbourne. How present is anti-Semitism in Queensland?
Yeah, so we've been tracking anti-Semitism for decades in Queensland, and always there's anti-Semitism, but never to the peaks that we've had. And it's always been maybe 40, 50 incidents a year that we record. So they're recorded incidents, and they could be anything from graffiti to verbal abuse to hate mail to online hate. That's the kind of level that we're talking about usually. But since the 7th of October 2023, those statistics tripled and kept rising, and they've still maintained that peak. So we've never seen anything like this in Queensland, both from the far left, the far right, and everything in between.
You mentioned before schools and school kids. How does anti-Semitism manifest itself in school kids?
So again, this is something that's always been there. Kids are all, kids in the playground, a dirty Jew, a big nose comment over here, some kind of anti-Semitic trope. That's always been there. But what we saw after the 7th of October was physical assaults of Jewish kids in school. We had kids chasing a Jewish girl at school with a water pistol, saying they were going to kill them just like they're going to kill Israeli soldiers. But worse, we've had teachers. So teachers have actually either diminished the hate that Jewish kids have got, said, no, it's okay, it's just a playground issue, or they've actually participated in the hate.
So do you want to see something done about that in the classroom then? We have seen New South Wales act in that regard and make some changes to the Code of Conduct for teachers. Is that something you're looking for in Queensland?
We would love to see that in Queensland. I know the government, the Education Department is doing a lot. We report everything to the Education Department. As soon as we know something, we report it. What New South Wales brought in this week is very interesting for the Queensland government to consider.
So what else should the state government be looking at? I mean, we have heard statements from the Premier that they want to tackle anti-Semitism. We don't have a lot of detail, though, around exactly what they're looking at. What else could they be doing?
Yeah, so there's a number of things that we'd like to see. Firstly, prescribed symbols. So what are things that people can display in public that are either hateful or anti-Semitic that need to be criminalised? So Things like the Hezbollah or the Hamas flag, so two terrorist organisations, and ISIS, terrorist organisations, they need to be banned. It needs to be a criminal offence.
They are, aren't they?
No, not yet. Not yet. Under Queensland criminal law, it's only the swastika. The other thing is slogans. I mean, we've heard on our streets in Brisbane slogans like "globalise the Intifada." What that means is exactly what happened in Bondi. Intifada is the killing of Jews, the rising up to kill Jews, and that's what happened in Bondi, and that's what people have been calling for by shouting it. Even though they might not think that, that's what it actually means.
So has the government been talking to you about this? What kind of consultation have they been doing?
We're very happy with the discussions that we've had with government around a whole range of things, and we hope that that's heard by the government. And the Premier is genuine when I think he says he wants to stamp out anti-Semitism. It's our opportunity here in Queensland to do that. We've got the Olympics coming up. We don't want to be the state that has another Bondi attack.
Jason Steinberg, thanks for your time.
Thank you.